Hi, I'm Deana.
And I'm Duane.
And we're the best of us, the Floros.
Woke up feeling easy, like I'm on top of the world. Leaving all my worries and I'm heading out the door. I think I like the way we vibe. Not gonna hide it anymore. I got a good feeling.
Have you started camping again here recently? Boy, we have.
We have.
And we've already have stories to tell. What an experience we had with the camper, with electricity.
Right, July 4th. We did have a video on that
Yes,
a little bit.
yes. And the transformer went out. You need to watch the video to see that. But also, we had personal problems with our RV unit.
Right.
And so when we got back home, we made an appointment with a facility that had installed our surge protector in an internal model, which made all kinds of sense because then you didn't have to worry about someone coming up and taking your unit off the side of your RV.
At least that's the way they sold us on it.
Yes. But the problem, and this is a good note, if you're thinking about getting an internal surge protector, there's a couple things to seriously think about before you spend the money. Are they a good idea? They are for security because a person would have to go in and literally tear out a bunch of electrical parts to get to your protector. Let me tell you some benefits of an internal versus an external surge protector. An external surge protector enables you to change out your surge protector by just what you plug into the power source to your unit. And an external allows you, should you have one and decide you want to upgrade, you simply unplug it and plug the new one in. If the system for some reason fries your surge protector, it's just a matter of unplugging it and hooking up another surge protector. The downside of external surge protectors, you are vulnerable. If someone wanted to come up, you have a really nice surge protector. Not that it happens often, but it could. They can simply disconnect it.
Because we've heard that was one of the #1 thefts.
Yes.
Of the good surge, and we're talking at what, 300 and some? I mean, and they are worth their money.
Yes.
But that's the #1, and so that's kind of where we went.
So the benefits of an internal surge protector, one that is wired directly into your unit, you simply plug in. It has the benefit of taking a couple of minutes to go through its sequence to make sure you have a good or bad connection. The other good thing is, not only is it not vulnerable, but it's the way they put it into our unit, it really looks like it's been there the whole time.
Oh yeah, it looks really nice.
It really does have a nice panel. They were able to locate it at a low point, so if we need it, we can get to it. The downside of an internal surge protector is if the surge protector kicks off because it's getting a bad reading, you cannot turn on your unit. You can't turn on lights, you can't turn on the air conditioning, you can't turn on anything.
Right, you're shut down.
And if it fries the surge protector, then you must go back to have someone who is electrically gifted to be able to disconnect and either bypass the surge protector or replace the surge protector. So this past weekend, we ran into the experience where ours would not come back on.
That was after they changed the
transformer.
Right, it didn't come back on.
And so we didn't know if we had blown our surge protector or not.
Right.
So we went back to the dealer that had installed the internal surge protector, and they did everything, and they said they would put another surge protector on our unit. The amazing thing is, the new surge protector did the exact same thing that our old surge protector. So when they first came back to us, they said, there is something between your plug coming into your unit to the surge protector.
So they were blaming our RV for a problem.
Well, they were just saying that they couldn't figure out, there wasn't anything even getting to the surge protector. It had electricity coming to the unit, but when it got to the surge protector, it wasn't working. So obviously it was something in that line part of the RV. But then
we were panicked just a little.
Just a little bit. But here's the good news out of all of this. Because our technician
Right.
had enough experience installing these, he realized when they had installed it, they laid it flat on the floor. And I don't know enough about electricity
Right.
to understand this, but that needed to be mounted on its side, not on the floor, because of the way that all the gizmos, gadgets, and technical
Right.
stuff read in there. Therefore, that was the problem, because where
Right.
they had mounted it,
It was there.
it was their fault. And
Right.
so both surge protectors were still good. They took the newer one, mounted it on its side up on the wall, still out of sight, and no problem. And so if you determine to have an internal, make sure you have someone that understands and reads all of the information to put it in properly. And once it's in, you're okay.
And that was a huge dealership. So,
Oh, yes.
I guess they're just not as common, obviously, as external. So he didn't
Right.
have quite the experience that the other guy did.
And so you have to decide, do you want external, internal, and weigh out the pros and the cons. The cost of both units are the same. An internal and an external are going to
the
be
top-
about
of the top ones,
They're going to
yeah.
be about the same. Where the difference is going to be is the installation of the internal. And if the internal does for some reason fry, then you have another issue with not having any electricity. But you would need someone, a technician or someone experienced with electricity.
But normally, when you plug in a surge protector to the box, if I'm wrong, it'll tell you that it's like reverse
Good or bad.
polarity or whatever, and then you know to move to another site. And with these, it just won't come on. Right? I mean,
Well,
the
what it
internal-
does, the internal takes 2 minutes and it reads through all the systems.
Right.
So you get a whole lot of extra information with the internal.
And it'll say reverse polarity too,
Yes.
right?
It gives you a
and
little
it,
meter
it
reads
won't it won't destroy your unit.
Right.
It keeps it from destroying it.
And hopefully it keeps it from blowing out your surge protector. It will not kick on. But after 2 minutes, there's a click. It's an obvious click.
Right. So-
But I will tell you this, it is the longest 2 minutes in your life.
But it is safe to use it. I mean,
Yes.
because there's an advantage of it. But let me ask you this question. So going forward, if you had the choice again, which one would you choose? It's too late now. We've already bought it.
I would do more research before I made
Yeah.
my decision.
So
that's what I would do.
That's our point, I think, telling you the difference, since we had never had an internal surge protector. And so we're going to be going camping again, and we'll be able to check it out some more. And you have said if it keeps making issues, you'll have them take it out.
Right.
And they can
Right.
do
and
that.
we'll do external.
So,
But it's one of those things that we just didn't have, like so many things, all the information ahead of time, that we just thought, boy, this would be great. We don't have
Right.
to worry about it. It's going to do all the reading. But there are pros and cons with both of them. So don't just get the cheapest one that's out there.
Right,
That's not
don't do
good.
that.
Don't get the most expensive. Don't necessarily get an external. Don't necessarily get an internal. Determine ahead of time some of those type of questions. We've learned
Right.
that just this past weekend, and make a wise decision.
but honestly, when we've been camping, I've seen people, unless they have an internal one, but I know there was an older couple, they had an old RV, and they plugged right in without any surge protector. So you need one. You've
Yes.
got to have one. You've got a lot of money in that RV. You got your refrigerator. You could wipe out your whole system.
Air condition,
and
everything.
so you really need one. But we just wanted to. We're
Yes.
still like, what?
Yes. So we feel like we've addressed one of the major issues. That's with the installation.
So we'll check it out. I don't.
We'll keep you up
we'll
to
tell
date.
you. I don't know when we're going to be camping. We will be camping again, hopefully soon. But you might want to explain too why we might not be camping in the next couple
Yeah.
weeks anyway.
Well, there's a reason.
yeah, there is a reason,
We are downsizing.
right?
We have sold our home.
Right?
We have purchased another home,
Right?
and will enable ourselves to prepare for whatever the chapters are that are ahead of us, with financial decisions that just seemed right for us at this point in time. Our home has served us so well for the past
did.
12 years, with the family, with the kids.
3 out of the 4 lived with us.
That's right, and it had that kind of a setup. No, we're not buying this house to say to them, we don't want you to come home. But what we are saying is that it's time for us now to prepare at some point in time as we think about retirement, as we think about traveling more.
Right.
We have realized we are both, and this is a question you need to consider for yourself. We still like an anchor. We still like a point of reference, a home. And so for us, we just couldn't see ourselves full-timing because we
Right.
wanted a respite to go back to.
We do, and especially, you know, with us, with seeing everything that's going on, we just wanted a home base, and everybody's different, and you
Yes.
have to follow your heart. And we knew from the start, we always want to be part-time. We just want to be less part-time.
Yes, and travel more.
Right, and so with downsizing, it financially it gives us the ability to do more.
And yet
so
a
that's
home-
how we're kind of working that out.
And yet be in a home that enables us to
Right.
put our feet up and
Right.
feel comfortable for a while, however long that
Right.
is. So.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so we'll try to post some videos the next week or two. But if you don't see us, that's why, because we'll be moving and we're not going to be camping. But there's some other stuff we can do. But we're going to be pretty busy.
So if you just have time to kill and you want to carry boxes,
Come to our
just
house.
let us know. We
But
can use you.
we also have 41 videos out, and so even though the early ones sometimes are tough for us to watch because we're still learning editing, but there's some valuable information that we have put out. So to just go through and watch some of those, and that might help you. But anyway, feel free to just kind of delve through that, and then we'll be posting more regularly once we may even show you a little bit about our house or where we're gonna where it's located. It is beautiful where we where
Can
we're
kick
gonna
back there pretty
relocate.
nicely.
Yeah.
So,
So.
and with all these changes going on, do you want to say anything about our new logo?
We did. We just wanted to update it a little bit more, and I put out a can anybody help? Anybody know anybody that can update our logo? Because neither one of us are experienced in that kind of thing. And so if you've not watched Runaway Roses, you should. And Carla, this is what she does for a living, and she said, I will update your logo. So we kind of worked through it the past month. And so that's what you're seeing on YouTube. It is her handiwork. And Carla, thank you so much.
Thank
we love
you.
it.
We do.
And another kind of funny thing, one of our subscribers had noticed that we had put the last name Floros with apostrophe S. I mean, I'm really usually picky on that, never noticed it. And so I did some more research with him, and his name's David. Thank you, David. And that was an easy fix. Carla went back and took that out. And so you probably didn't even notice. One of my friends said you and I would notice it, but most people wouldn't. But I wanted to be politically correct.
Yes.
And so that's what the community is all about. And he wasn't being mean about it at all. He was just pointing it out. So it's just really, thanks, David, for doing that.
Appreciate that.
That really is helpful.
So we are going to be in the process of ordering 2 more T-shirts.
yeah. This
without
is
the apostrophe.
Yeah.
But we've already
Anyway.
changed it. Dina's already changed it
Oh,
on
yeah.
our website. So
I did, and so. But anyway, if you have not subscribed, we would love for you to be part of our community. It is daily. It is growing. It's really exciting to see where our channel is going, and we feel like people are really watching, and so we plan on giving a lot more instructional videos. Duane is really good at that. And as we learned, that was part of the Surge Protector. We will be glad to tell you, would we do it again? We don't know. At this point, it's too late. But we just look into things like that. It really
well,
helps.
if it doesn't work out, we'll just get a whole new RV and just get a bigger truck.
We did toy with that. Houses were selling so fast. Ours sold really fast. And then that's the problem. Then to find someplace else, we were really thinking about getting a fifth wheel or a Class A. I was going, well, that's not bad. But
It did cross our mind.
But
yes.
this house popped up, and we're thankful.
Very thankful.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
but as always, thanks for taking your time to join us for a little while.
right.
And from the best of us, the Floros, as always, we wish the best of you in your RV travels and
Right.
friendships and acquaintances. Boy, the one thing that's for sure through everything going on, we're nothing without relationships.
Right.
And we
We
need
have
each other.
met so many new people.
Oh, yes.
Just in the last couple of months.
Yes. And
Um,
great folks.
yes.
As we've traveled around and as we've talked with our neighbors and just different folks. So don't hide by yourself.
Right.
But from the best of us, we wish the best of you. And so thanks for taking time. You have a great evening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Bye.